will be 6 o'clock tomorrow at the high school. We will have it for you here on KINA with live stream video on SalinaPost.com. On the guys' side, Scott City just blew out Lions 69-31. And they will advance now and play the winner of Smoky Valley and also southeast of Saline. So the winner of the Trojans and the Vikings go on to play the Scott City Beavers on Thursday. The loser will play Lions on the loser's side of the bracket, but that game on Thursday as well. Just a time difference there here at Sterling College. Take a look at this Smoky Valley team. They are led by Doug Schneider. This is a team that we see them progressively get better as the season goes, and I mentioned a little bit of a winning streak there for the Vikings. And, Coach, one thing we know about the Vikings, they have the tools. They got a couple of nice guards in Carson Peel and also Cade Blanchett. Those are the two leading scorers. They got a couple of big guys inside that can give you problems if you don't get a body on them and block out during rebounds. What do you expect out of this game here tonight for Southeast?
Well, first of all, the Trojans have to play with a purpose. Just because they're the number 1 seed and Smoky Valley's the 8th seed, scratch that, throw it out the window.
Yeah.
So we have to play with a purpose. We have to establish the tempo like we are capable of doing most games. And the last thing that I have down is we have to defend without taking too many chances, particularly early in the game. We don't want to get in foul trouble by reaching, slapping, good position defense, make them earn their shots, and then away we go.
This was not a sloppy game, even though it was very early in the season back in December. It was a game that saw a total of 20 turnovers split between the two teams. Southeast of Saline only had 7 of those, while Smoky Valley had 13. But, boy, again, it was that big third-quarter run that Bryson Flax's squad put together and outscored the Smoky Valley Vikings 22-4 in the third quarter, going on to win 70-38. Just about ready for starting lineups here at Sterling College. We will go over those now for you for the Smoky Valley Vikings, again led by veteran head coach in his 12th season, Doug Schneider at Smoky Valley. He will start Carson Peel, a 6'1 senior. One of the big footnotes about the first meeting between these two teams is the defensive job that Southeast did on Carson Peel. They held him to just 1 point. Since then, he's rebounded in his senior season. He's now averaging 10.5 points per game. He's the second leading scorer on this team, but he leads the team in assists at 4 assists per game. He also grabs 4.5 rebounds per contest. Cade Blanchett is a 6'5 senior. He averages 11 points a game and also grabs 6.5 rebounds. He's the leading scorer and leading rebounder on this team. Vincent Pickering is a 6'2 senior, 8 points per contest, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. The fourth senior in this Viking lineup is Big Gus Griffith. The senior averages 5.5 points per game, also 5.5 rebounds. And the lone junior in the starting lineup for Smoky Valley is Kai Blanchett, 7.5 points per game, also 3.5 rebounds for the Vikings. For Southeast of Saline, their starters, as they are led by Bryson Flax, assisted by Trent Douglas and Joe Ross. They will start Eli Sawyers, a 6'5 senior, averaging 17 points a game, also 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Nakari Morical Palmer coming off his highest point output of the season against Clay Center. He scored 19 points. He is now averaging 14 points a game. He leads the team in rebounding, assists, and steals. He gets 9.5 rebounds per contest, 5.5 assists per game, and he has 19 steals so far this season. Drake Augustine is a 5'10 senior, averaging 7 points a game, also 2 rebounds, and 3.5 assists per game. The fourth senior is Luke Gebhardt, a 6'1 senior, averaging 7.5 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And the lone junior in the Southeast lineup is Daniel Kerr, the 6' junior, averaging 5 points a game, also a rebound and an assist. So far in this season, Southeast of Saline 8-0. They are outscoring their opponents on average per night by about 24 points. They average 66 points per contest, due to the number 1 team in the state of Kansas, according to the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association. If you look back at this tournament last year, Coach, one thing I thought of on the drive in was, I know this tournament was a big letdown for the Trojans last year. They got through the first round okay. They go into the second round and just didn't play very well against a good Hugoton squad. They ended up dropping that game, had to settle for a third-place contest. And I know one of the big things on the calendar today for the Trojans as they start this tournament is a season goal of winning this tournament.
Well, particularly getting to the championship game. Then anything can happen. But, yeah you're right. They've had their sights set since that game last year.
So Southeast of Saline comes out when you view it on live stream video, free of charge on SalinaPost.com, presented by Salina Medical Aesthetics and also Salina Pain Clinic. You will see Southeast of Saline sitting to the right of the scorers table as you view the court from the scorers table. They are wearing their home white jerseys as the upper seed in this contest. Smoky Valley comes in, sitting on the other end. They are wearing their road blacks trimmed in white and orange. Again, other games that have already gone on so far today. Scott City blew out Lions. That was a 4-5 matchup. Lions came in as the 4 seed. Scott City came in as the 5 seed. They had similar records, and Scott City didn't mess around, 69-31, as they will now await the winner of this contest. Sawyers will jump into the center circle. He will take it up with Kai Blanchett, as those two will elevate to start this contest, and Sawyers wins the tip easily. Drake Augustine will get things started here for Southeast of Saline. He floats off to the right-hand side. Smoky Valley playing an extended zone defense here against the Trojans.
Yeah, it looks like a 1-3-1 extended is what it looks like.
Nakari Morical Palmer, that one-handed pass, works it around to Daniel Kerr, now to Augustine. Augustine had his pass deflected, but Southeast keeps it as Daniel Kerr leans all the way into the lane, and he will finish with the left hand. You like to see Danny be aggressive like that, don't you?
Yeah, you want to see him go to the basket once in a while, then they'll watch for that, and then he'll pop you with a 3.
2-0 Southeast of Saline. Carson Peel brings it across the timeline. He is guarded by Drake Augustine, who did a superb job on Peel in the first meeting. Down low now, they get it in for a shot that is up and good from Cade Blanchett, and Blanchett got it on the low block, and he was hard to stop. He scores 2. All knotted up as both teams score on their first possession about 1 minute into this contest. Luke Gebhardt, long distance 3, it won't go down. Rebound tapped and saved by Nakari. Back into the paint to Eli Sawyers. His shot bouncing around the rim and falling out. Here comes Smoky Valley the other way with Cade Blanchett. 2-on-2 break. Smoky Valley misses the layup. Blanchett with the putback has it blocked by Sawyers. And now a shoulder dropped into the chest of Sawyers to gain some space. The foul will go against Smoky Valley.
That was a good call. He had position, and he saw Eli coming and just wanted to create a little more space. Gave him that elbow right to the chest.
That was one of those, you blocked my shot the first time. I'm going to try to get some space from you so I can get a second shot off. First foul of the game there against Smoky Valley. Inside, Augustine leaves it off for Sawyers. His shot might have been bothered a little from behind, and it comes up empty. Now, Augustine nearly had a steal, but they're going to call him for a foul in the backcourt as he was bothering Carson Peel back there, and those two smile at each other as now Drake Augustine has the first foul for Southeast.
Well, I think you're right. Last shot, that should have been a bucket, but I don't know if it was Blanchard or who got his hands on it. It deflected a little bit from Eli.
These two teams are both very athletic. They're fun to watch when they're playing well. There's a pass over to the left-hand side with it now. Kai Blanchett still working around to the right-hand side to Carson Peel. Peel has a couple of different Trojans step off on him on a switch. End up with Nakari. Now they switch back off ball as the basketball goes to the left-hand side to Vincent Pickering. Pickering now will retreat. He'll bring it out top of the circle. Now over to the right-hand side. Southeast still playing man-to-man. They pass it into the lane to Griffith. Griffith gets rid of it. Now a leaner from the left hand is up and good by Kai Blanchett. So Cade and Kai both have a bucket apiece. Smoky Valley leads 4-2. Southeast of Saline nearly threw the ball away. It was deflected off a Smoky Valley Viking. It will stay here with the Trojans. 5:44 left to go here in the opening quarter.
Got to get a little more penetration against their zone, and then you can dish it off.
Kerr has it near the Warrior logo here at Sterling College. Now a ball deflected, kicked around. Nakari ends up with it. He goes high post to Sawyers, who goes up to dunk. That was bothered by Griffith, and Smoky Valley brings it away. 4-2 remains our score. Smoky Valley with the lead and the basketball. Peel all the way down the lane. Left-hand side, his leaner won't go. Griffith inside, battling for the rebound. Will be Daniel Kerr with it. In the middle of the floor to Nakari. He'll go left to Gebhardt. Luke steps on the accelerator, gets in the lane. His shot won't go, and Griffith cleans it up again.
Missing a lot at the rim right now, the Trojans are.
Smoky Valley leading still by 2. Slow scoring start to this game. Each team scored on their first possession. Since then, we've only had one bucket. It belongs to the Vikings, who currently have the basketball, leading 4-2. Peel with it as he brings Augustine up between the center circle. Now a quick trigger on the right-hand side. That shot won't go from Blanchett, and the ball out of bounds will go to Southeast of Saline off the rebound. Kai Blanchett had a quick trigger there. The junior had a guy in his face. He went ahead and pulled the trigger, and didn't get it to go down. Braxton House will check into the game for Smoky Valley. Justice Autry also into the contest for the Vikings.
Well, we just got to hit a basket or two here to get going. We've had good shots.
Can probably blame that on the baskets, can't we? We saw Lions had a bunch of shots just crawl off earlier in that game. Here's Gebhardt. Thought about a three, makes the extra pass to Augustine. His baseline two won't go, but Nakari down low taps the rebound to himself and was able to score, tying at 4. Boy, what a play by Nakari Morkel-Palmer.
He's so quick on the second jump. It's unbelievable.
I try to explain to people that haven't seen him play in person his game, and I almost can't explain it. He just does some things very well. He gets a deflection here, stays with Smoky Valley, but then they travel with the basketball. First turnover of the game goes against the Vikings. 4-4 our score as we approach the halfway mark of the first quarter. If you're just tuning in here to KINA, you can see live stream video paired with the radio broadcast on SalinaPost.com free of charge. There's Drake Augustine in the lane, missed it. Sawyers gets it back, and with his back to the basket, flips it up over his shoulder in a double team and scores his first bucket.
Well, that's good to see him score at the rim this time. That'll give him a little more confidence.
Little 4-0 run here by the Southeast Trojans. Smoky Valley has it back after they've lost their lead. Peel will float off to the right-hand side towards the Southeast of Saline bench. Wants to take Augustine one-on-one. Drake there to shut him off. Now he gets rid of it, ends up with Kai Blanchett. He lost the basketball. Augustine picks it up. Now he's in trouble, but he finds Gebhardt. Gebhardt with a loose dribble. Comes across the timeline to Kerr. Kerr will go to the bucket again with the left-hander. That won't go, but there's Nakari on the backside, getting the rebound and putting it up off the glass all in one motion.
Well, you like to see those offensive rebounds. You can't take anything for granted. When the shot goes up, you got to go get it.
2 turnovers.
Just in case.
Yes, sir. 2 turnovers for Smoky Valley have ended up in 4 points. Now here's a drive and a high leaner off the window from Justice Autry for 2. That'll stop a 6-0 Southeast run, and now a blocking foul on the Vikings will go against Autry. First foul whistled against Justice Autry. It's the second team foul against Smoky Valley. Gus Griffith will get up off the bench and come in. Also into the game for Southeast of Saline for the first time, Drew Richardson and Kason Lilly. Daniel Kerr and Luke Gebhardt will take their first rests. Just under 3 minutes left to go here in the opening quarter. Richardson with it, ball above his head. Now he'll swing it around to Lilly. Augustine on the left side. Nakari and Sawyers still in there. Skip pass over everything to Lilly. He wants to drive. Gets it back to Sawyers down low, and Eli kisses it off the window. That pass might have been intended for Nakari, Coach, but Sawyers liked what he saw.
Well, that's good. If it's to you or not to you, if it's closer to you, take it.
You'd rather have that than guys not wanting the ball, correct?
Right.
10-6 now our score. Southeast of Saline up by 4. As these two do battle here in the first quarter. Griffith down low, wanting to battle against Nakari. He traveled with the basketball. He looked over his right shoulder and saw Sawyers coming in for the double team. Had a brief moment of panic there and turned it over.
He did shuffle his feet.
Third turnover for Smoky Valley.
I'd shuffle my feet, too, if I had Nakari on one side and Eli on the other.
Your odds of getting that shot off clean are not great. Richardson up top. He'll go right-hand side now. Free throw line extended to Kason Lilly. Now in the corner to Nakari. He skips it out. Open space. Richardson for 3. That won't go. Drew Richardson has had some really good games here in the tournament as they call a foul on the rebound against Southeast. One of his best games was last year as he had a career high against Kingman here in this game. He had 4 3-pointers and 12 points. Vincent Pickering back into the game for Smoky Valley. Also Ethan Abel into the game for the first time. Jake Gebhardt will check in for the first time in this contest, and he'll give a break to Drake Augustine. 10-6, Southeast of Saline. They get it into Pickering. He spun and lost the basketball. Jake Gebhardt was there to pressure, and they're going to say it stays with Smoky Valley.
Kind of a typical start, Devin. Both teams feeling each other out, but both of them are really playing aggressive defensively.
Now a foul on Sawyers here at the half-court stripe. He tried to get in and undercut the pass to Vincent Pickering and take it away. They're going to say Sawyers got too much of the arm. His first. Ethan Abel Senior off the bench for Smoky Valley, plays it in. He'll get it into Justin Autry, who comes across the timeline. As you view it on live stream video, they're working right to left. Griffith at the high post in the keyhole. Now plays it to Pickering. Got rid of Nakari, but then Eli Sawyer's there to pick him up. Ball to Jerome Autry, who is checked in. Griffith down low. Has Case and Lilly on him. Not interested in that matchup, though. Now he goes over to Jerome Autry. Griffith back up free throw line. Hands it off to Autry, and Jerome Autry's leaner won't go. Jake Gebhardt had a chance at a rebound, then saves it from going out of bounds. Here comes Southeast up the floor. Lob pass, Sawyers to Nakari. And Nakari couldn't get that to go, but he saves the rebound and gets it back to Sawyers for a chance at free throws. Boy, I don't know how Nakari Morkel-Palmer got that miss off the rim as he went soaring in, but he was able to get it and then tap it right back to Eli Sawyers, who was fouled.
That's a pretty special play by Nakari and something never show up in the scorebook or on the stat sheet.
Eli Sawyers has gone the last 2 games without shooting a free throw. And he makes his first one here. Nakari Morkel-Palmer will check out, get his first break as Luke Gebhardt has checked back in. Eli's second free throw on this trip, also ripping the cords on the way through. He has a half a dozen here early on with 6. 1:05 left to go. It's a 6-point lead here for Southeast of Saline. 12-6 our score. Little token full court man-to-man pressure here by the Trojans. Carson Peel bringing the basketball up, tried to go around his back. It was tapped by Gebhardt, taken away by Richardson. Up the floor now, Gebhardt in the middle of a double team. Leaves a layup off the glass and good. Boy, Luke Gebhardt was going 1,000 miles an hour, was able to get the touch off the window and draw the foul.
He went hard to the rim, and I'd have been disappointed if he would have tried to give that up. I'm glad he went to the bucket.
You know, we've talked about it 1,000 times, Coach. The football season that these guys go through, it seems like every year now, it takes a toll on the body, and really, I remember this tournament being the turning point for Luke Gebhardt last season, where you could tell he really had his legs underneath him and he was ready to go.
Yeah, he played extremely well down here last year. But you're right. I mean, these boys, they put the work in all summer long for football, basketball, baseball. They do it all.
Gebhardt missed the free throw. Caden Isaacson, who has checked in, got tagged with a foul going for the rebound. Last 45 seconds of the first quarter. It's an 8-point lead for Southeast of Saline. Smoky Valley has the basketball. Smoky Valley led at 1 point, 6-4. Here's Gus Griffith inside off of a good pass, and Griffith scores his first basket. 4 different Vikings now in the scoring column. 25 seconds left to go. Smoky Valley extending that zone out even more, and now a ball that is lost out of bounds. And it will go back to Smoky Valley. First turnover by Southeast. .20 seconds left to play. Vikings with the ball. Peel against Richardson. Carson Peel brings it across the timeline. Now he goes to the right-hand side to House. Now he's shot by Kai Blanchett is up no good. Gebhardt has it. Southeast has time. 5 seconds left to go. Up the floor to Luke. Back to, or actually inside to Caden Isaacson, and Isaacson took too much time and could not score. And Southeast of Saline will take a 6-point lead into the second quarter. At the end of 1 here at Sterling College in the Sterling Invitational Tournament, Southeast of Saline leads Smoky Valley 14-8 here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help your Medicare, life insurance, and annuity? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 and their second location in the Central Mall in Salina, and a new location in McPherson, based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
For some, Valentine's Day gifting is easy. For others, well, they need a little help. That help can be found at Salina Medical Aesthetics. Kiss those wrinkles goodbye with 10% off Botox, $100 off 1 milliliter syringe filler for kissable lips, $175 deluxe hydrofacial. Purchase 1 package laser hair removal, receive second package equal or lesser value, 50% off. The best Valentine's Day gift can be found at Salina Medical Aesthetics. Follow SME on social and learn more at salinamedesthetics.org.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here at Sterling College, first round action for Southeast of Saline of the Sterling Invitational Tournament. Devin Haney, Francis Flax back here at courtside as Southeast of Saline leads at 14-8. As we start second quarter action, Smoky Valley has the basketball. Vikings work it to the right, now back to the middle of the floor, swing it left. Back down inside they go. Cade Blanchett kicks it out to Vincent Pickering for a three. Pickering's first basket of the night. Back to it, a three-point game. Smoky Valley has scored the last 5 of this contest now. Gebhardt with it. Luke out there with brother Jake, also Caden Isaacson, Kason Lilly, Drew Richardson on the floor. Isaacson will drive it out of the corner, bring it back to the middle of the floor. Now to Luke Gebhardt, who takes it to the lane. Was looking for Jake inside and turns it over. Here comes Smoky Valley up the floor. Bodies go rolling, and a foul will be called on Jake Gebhardt. Jake Gebhardt picks up his first foul. Team foul number 5 for Southeast of Saline. Smoky Valley will inbound it underneath their own basket. Along the baseline, they go up top to Griffin. He tries this curl pass inside. He gets it to Pickering. Pickering, though, had his shot blocked by Gebhardt. Jake then tapped it over to Luke Gebhardt. 1 minute into the second quarter. Here's Luke Gebhardt out to Jake for a three-pointer. That won't go. And a nice weak side rebound taken in by Cade Blanchett. Blanchett now to Pickering. Richardson will find him and pick him up. Out to the right. Here's Kai Blanchett for a three, and that's good. Kai Blanchett has 5. Smoky Valley has scored now the last 8. (14-14). Isaacson with it. Now in trouble. He's in a trap. Has to get rid of it. Way out top to Kason Lilly. Back to Drew Richardson. A line change of Southeast players waiting at the scorer's table. Try to bounce it inside to Jake Gebhardt. It's tapped. Caden Isaacson will pick it up. Kason Lilly for 3. Got it to go. That one rattled out, hit the backboard, and still found a home for Kason Lilly.
It was a nice shot. It's a good ball movement. We had it down low a couple times, but kicked it out, found himself wide open.
Kason will break that 14 tie and stop that Smoky Valley run. That was 8-0. Here's a drive now and a swing shot that is up no good from Pickering. He's found the aggressive mode here lately, but he comes up empty there. Smoky Valley now back on defense, Southeast with the ball. Luke Gebhardt with it. He'll throw a lob pass over right to Caden Isaacson. Isaacson now looking. He'll step through a double team and get it to Luke Gebhardt, and Luke trying to get it down low to Jake Gebhardt. A foul will be called on Smoky Valley. That'll give a chance for these 4 white jerseys that have been at the scorer's table to check in after that foul on Vincent Pickering, his second. Each team now with 5 team fouls. Jake Gebhardt, Caden Isaacson, Luke Gebhardt, Drew Richardson will all come out. Kason Lilly will stay with the new Trojans that are Daniel Carrott, Eli Sawyers, Nakari Morikel-Palmer, and Drake Augustine inbounding here on the baseline. They go to Kason off the inbounds. Another 3. That won't go. The ball being batted around ends up with Augustine, who has the quick flip up and in. 6 different Southeast players have scored now, and a 5-0 run for Southeast. There's a kick out to Carson Peel. He'll try a 3. That won't go. And Nakari Morikel-Palmer will get the rebound after they blow it dead. They said it hit the basket support.
Well, this basketball's a game of runs, and that's just, how it goes. Smoky Valley had a little one. We come back now with a nice run of our own. We'll see what happens on this possession.
Southeast has scored the last 5. Now make it 7. Nope. Eli Sawyers tried to get to the rim hard. That ball is deflected up top, and the basketball squirts out of bounds, and we'll go to Smoky Valley. 4:57 left to go before halftime. The aggression and the tempo that we saw Smoky Valley willing to play with early on has kind of gone away, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. They're being a lot more deliberate. I tell you, though, defensively, they're still after us.
Mm-hmm. Justice Autry back into the game. He'll hand it off here to Cade Blanchett, and he will turn it over. Daniel Carrott takes it away. Turnover number 4 for Smoky Valley. And Nakari Morikel-Palmer has one tapped from behind. It comes out to Kai Blanchett, who soars in and scores. Boy, Kai Blanchett got put in a tough spot there, but still able to score. Nice bucket for him. 19-16. Southeast leading by 3. Daniel Kerr wanted to drive baseline, got tripped up, fell down, lost the basketball. Each team now with 4 turnovers. Here's Carson Peel within the middle of the lane after a no-look desperation pass there from Braxton House.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Carson Peel has his first basket. 19-18 halfway through the second quarter. Augustine with it. He'll step back now, about 6 feet behind the three-point line. Work it left to Kason Lilly. Lilly, middle of the floor between the rings. Looking at the top of this odd front zone with Carson Peel running the point. Lilly got rid of it to the right, gets it back, now goes right back there. A drive by Augustine, a lob to the rim. Sawyer's running Nakari, couldn't quite handle it, but now Nakari gets the rebound. Out to Daniel Kerr, who takes baseline, and they're going to say he traveled with it. Turnover number 5.
Well, we're turning the ball over a little bit too much right now. We've had about 2 or 3 turnovers in the last 4 possessions.
Yep, 4 in this quarter, only 1 in the first quarter. Still leading by 1, 19-18. 3:27 left to go here in the second quarter. Braxton House has it. Now plays it to Justice Autry, who will bring it up the floor across the timeline. Kason Lilly there to pick him up. Autry to the left. High post now to Griffith. Griffith watched one guy go by. Now he gets the second one here. It's Autry. Autry looked at a step back 2 from the free throw line, but he's bottled up. Goes back to Griffith, who now is on the baseline. That won't play. Now ball on the floor, picked up by Kason Lilly, leading a 4-on-2 break. Kason all the way to the cup, left it off late to Sawyers, who kisses it off the window. 8 points now for Eli Sawyers. 5 turnovers for Smoky Valley. 21-18. Southeast now playing defense. And a foul here on Kason Lilly out in three-point land. For Kason, that'll be his first 6th team foul for Southeast of Saline. Excuse me, that's 2 on Kason Lilly. Pardon me. So Luke Gebhardt will check back in. He'll come in here for Kason Lilly with those 2 fouls. Smoky Valley with it. Justice Autry will sling it left to Pickering. Pickering now looking. Guarded by Nakari Morkel-Palmer. Now to Ethan Abel. Abel to Jerome Autry. Couple of drive and dive type of plays here by Smoky Valley. Now they have a ball knocked out of there by Luke Gebhardt. Gebhardt gets back to play one-on-one here with Gus Griffith, and they're going to say Griffith traveled with the basketball once again. It's the second time he's done that in this half. 6 turnovers now for Smoky Valley.
He's a big guy. If he'd get it in the right position, I don't think we'd have trouble with him, I believe. But he gets himself in awkward positions.
Here's Luke Gebhardt down along the baseline. He evades 2 defenders to soar in and score. The pass set up there by Eli Sawyers.
Well, you got to give Eli credit. As much as he scores for us, he's a darn good passer, too. He and Nakari both.
Lead of 5 now. This is a Southeast team. They average almost 18 assists per game. It's unreal. Smoky Valley with it. Southeast leading by 5. Nakari's given Vincent Pickering all kinds of trouble, and now finally Smoky Valley will have to call a timeout. 1:28 left to go here in the second quarter. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside and take it. Southeast of Saline playing defense, leading by 5 when we come back.
Hi, everyone. It's Flanell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Sterling College as we check the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. A final, Maxville beat Minneapolis tonight. I assume this is in girls play, 55-47. (23-18) here. Southeast leading by 5. 1:28 left to go here in the second quarter before we step away for the intermission. Smoky Valley trailing with the basketball. They go in down low, try to pass it across the paint. It's taken away by Sawyers. Here comes Eli leading the break. Smoky Valley, though, gets back nicely on defense. He'll play it on the secondary flip to Nakari for three. That won't go. Sawyers crashes and gets the rebound. Now a fadeaway from 12 feet. That won't go. And a rebound way up high, taken in by Cade Blanchett. Now another steal. Daniel Kerr takes it back the other way. One-on-one at the rim. That left long, but Nakari goes in with the left hand and pokes it back in the hole. 6 points for Nakari. Miracle Palmer. 25-18. Now another steal. Luke Gebhardt takes it away. He's leading the break. Over left to Nakari. Now back in the middle. Gebhardt sidesteps his way into the paint. Can't get it to go. Wild shot taken in by Sawyers, and he is pinned underneath the rim and a foul call.
I'm glad he went up. He was surrounded by Vikings. I'll tell you, there's a bunch of them there.
Well, there was. But he will draw the foul and go to the free throw line for the second time. Sawyer's in this game already, 2 of 2. Free throw here is up and good. Second free throw on the way, also good. Double-digit scoring, 10 points now for Eli Sawyers, and he has given Southeast of Saline their biggest lead of the night. They lead by 9. Strong finish here to the first half for Southeast. 35 seconds left. Griffith got free. Doesn't want to shoot the ball, though, and now a charging foul. Oh. Maybe not. They're going to say this is a foul on on Southeast of Saline. They'll send Smoky Valley to the free throw line. Boy, that's...
I mean, you can't be there any longer than that.
I know they're 50-50 calls, and I don't ever try to call it before that, but that one, to me, was pretty obvious, I thought. Cade Blanchett to the free throw line after the foul was called there on Sawyers. Luke Gebhardt with the rebound off the miss. Going back the other way. Gebhardt has the basketball. Blanchett missed both of those free throws. 16 seconds. Augustine with it. High pass over here. Daniel Kerr in front of the scorer's table, down to 10. Back to Augustine. No look down low to Nakari for a slam. That's the second game in a row. They've had a baseline slam in offense from Nakari. Smoky Valley will let one fly at the buzzer. That won't go, and we are at halftime. A big flurry there, Coach, at the end of the half. The last 2 minutes belong to Southeast.
Well, our defense just picked it up tremendously, and you can see the air going out of the Vikings.
Turnovers the key. Smoky Valley started making them. They go to the half with 9 turnovers. Most of those ended up being points for the Southeast of Saline Trojans. We are at halftime. It's brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. 29-18 is our score. Southeast of Saline leading by 11. When we come back, we'll have stats from the first half. We will also check in on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard and get you all ready for second half action. We are at halftime where the Trojans lead it 29-18. You're listening to it right here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Hi, everyone. It's Winnell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at SalinaPainClinic.org.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here at halftime, it's brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. 29-18 is our score. Southeast of Saline really took off and running. After this game was tied at 14 points apiece, they were able to turn up the volume on defense, get some turnovers, and end up running that out after being tied at 14 by a count of 15-4 to close the half, now leading 29-18. Right now, the only scorer in double digits is Eli Sawyers for Southeast of Saline. The senior has 10 points. He is flanked by Nakari Morical-Palmer with 8, 4 points for Luke Gebhardt, 3 points for Kason Lilly, a bucket for Drake Augustine, and also a 2-pointer for Daniel Kerr. Smoky Valley's Vikings, 7 points out of Kai Blanchett, 3 points from Vincent Pickering, 2 points for Carson Peel, 2 points for Cade Blanchett, and 2 points for Justice Autry off the bench. Southeast of Saline, 4 of 5 from the free throw line in the game. Smoky Valley, 0 for 2 so far. Smoky Valley with those 9 turnovers, while Southeast of Saline had 5. 4 of those came in the second quarter. 29-18 our score. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll look at other scores from around the area. I was just told by Francis Flax there are 41 midseason tournaments on the boys' side playing basketball in the state of Kansas. That's good to know. Right here is one of them, of course, at Sterling College with Southeast of Saline leading at the break over Smoky Valley. 29-18 here on KINA.
Salina Septic Services provides septic services including septic tank installation, inspection, and repair. In addition to professional septic tank services, we also provide portable restroom rentals. We have many options available, including his and hers portable restrooms and hand washing sinks. Setup, service, and removal are all part of our rentals. Whether you project a long-term construction job or a family gathering, we guarantee a clean porta potty. Find us today at salinasepticservice.com, proudly supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
For some, Valentine's Day gifting is easy. For others, well, they need a little help. That help can be found at Salina Medical Aesthetics. Kiss those wrinkles goodbye with 10% off Botox, $100 off 1 milliliter syringe filler for kissable lips, $175 deluxe hydrofacial. Purchase 1 package laser hair removal, receive second package, equal or lesser value, 50% off. The best Valentine's Day gift can be found at Salina Medical Aesthetics. Follow SME on social and learn more at salinamedesthetics.org.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses acquire relief loans to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Get your parts list ready. Can-Equip's Parts Advantage sales event is going on now. Order early for best availability. Save on over-the-counter genuine CNH parts and get instant rebates on purchases of OEM engine oil for optimal performance. Lessen supply chain concerns by stocking up during Parts Advantage at Can-Equip in Salina. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Can-Equip you. The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojans sports program.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
About 2.5 minutes away from the start of the third quarter here at Sterling College. 29-18 is our score. Southeast of Saline leading over the Smoky Valley Vikings. This is the first game of the tournament for Southeast of Saline as they open it up. The first game of the tournament before this one got underway tonight was a matchup between Lions and Scott City. It was a 4-5 matchup. Lions came in as the 4, Scott City is the 5, and Scott City rolled to victory in this contest. Final was 69-31. Scott City now advances to the winner's side of the bracket. They were awaiting the winner of this game, and that contest will be played at 5:30 on Thursday at Sterling College. A final on the girls' bracket, of course, the rule of thumb until the final day. All guys' games are at Sterling College. All girls' games are at Sterling High School. And over at the high school earlier today, Scott City's girls beat Kingman in overtime to win. Scott City now goes to the winner's side of the bracket against the winner of Lions and Hutch Trinity. That game being played right now. The first action for Shauna Smith and her Southeast ladies will be tomorrow at 6 o'clock at the high school gymnasium. Southeast of Saline comes in as the number 1 seed. They are 7-1. Sterling comes in as the 8 seed. They are the host school at 2-7. We'll have that game for you here on KINA. Also, live stream video on SalinaPost.com. Brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics and also the Salina Pain Clinic. And if you're in the mood to get some Valentine's Day shopping done, go to Salina Medical Aesthetics website. Get all their Valentine's Day specials going on now through the end of February. So you have some time on that to shop with Salina Medical Aesthetics. They're a proud supporter of midseason tournaments here with Southeast of Saline. 29-18, I think we saw what Southeast of Saline really needs to do at the end of that second quarter to pull away here, Coach. Keep it going in the second half. What else do you see here in this game?
Well, you know, it all changed with the 4 minutes to go in the half when our defense, we just turned up the defensive pressure. I mean, we really got in there. They couldn't get to the bucket. When they got to the bucket, there was 2 guys there. I think the first couple minutes of this half, this quarter right now, is going to determine whether it's going to be a game or it's going to be a Southeast game.
After being tied 14-14, Southeast of Saline 15-4. They outscored the Smoky Valley Vikings, and that led to their 11-point lead that they currently enjoy starting out the third quarter. Guys in white will have the basketballs. The Trojans will go take custody of it. Looks like starters on the floor for both teams. As Peel, Blanchett, that's Cade, Kai Blanchett, Vincent Pickering, Gus Griffith for Smoky Valley. And then, of course, Augustine, Morical Palmer, Luke Gebhardt, Daniel Kerr, Eli Sawyers for Southeast of Saline. Luke Gebhardt has it along the baseline. Couple of dribbles to his right, and here comes Nakari streaking in on the cut. And the find there by Luke Gebhardt. Nakari now has 10.
Yeah, and he cut right to the seam in the zone. And as Luke was penetrating, he drew 2 guys. Easy dump off.
Here's Pickering shooting a 3 for Smoky Valley. That won't go. Nakari climbs the ladder, grabs the rebound from above the rim. Here comes Morical Palmer down the floor again. No look pass to the left to Luke Gebhardt. Now Sawyers along the baseline. Play it out to Daniel Kerr. He'll go back to Nakari. Over to the left. Gebhardt. Back through to Daniel Kerr. Southeast being patient here on this possession. Augustine nearly got into the trap, but he gets rid of it before. Ball got deflected, came out towards the timeline here at half court, but Daniel Kerr there to get it back. Kerr will take a 3. Nakari there to get the rebound off the miss and put it back in. That ball for Kerr looked weird. It didn't have any rotation on it. Just kind of died off the rim, but Morical Palmer was there to bring it in. 33-18 now, the score. Southeast of Saline starting to pull away on this one, but a leaner and a shot up. That is good by Vincent Pickering. He has 5. Had a 3-pointer early on in the second quarter. There's Gebhardt underneath, had his pass back into the paint, intended for Sawyers, deflected and taken away.
Yeah, kind of a lazy pass.
Kari went up top to challenge Cade Blanchett, got called with the foul. That'll be his first, and the first one of the half for either team. Cade Blanchett will go to the free throw line.
You know, you don't like to do too many bounce passes in the lane, but if Luke would have bounced that one, that would have been a dunk.
Blanchett's first free throw is up and good. He missed 2 in the second quarter, so now he's 1 of 3. Second free throw, no good. And the rebound taken in by Southeast of Saline. Here come the Trojans back up the floor. Daniel Kerr has it. He'll work it to Augustine for a baseline three-pointer. That won't go. And a rebound taken down by Cade Blanchett. Deflected by Dakari. Now a loose ball as Blanchett and Luke Gebhardt get tangled up in the middle of the floor. Foul will go against Gebhardt here. For Luke, that'll be his first. Nobody really in foul trouble in this game. Eli Sawyers and Kason Lilly have 2 for Southeast, 2 for Vincent Pickering for Smoky Valley. Nobody has 3 or more. 33-21. Southeast of Saline leading. Near steal by Augustine. Peel shakes him off, unleashes a 3. That won't go. Rebound taken in by Sawyers. Here comes a 3-on-2 break. Sawyers bounce pass to Gebhardt all the way to the cup. Can't get it to go down. Sawyers in there fighting for the rebound, but it will be controlled by Smoky Valley and Carson Peel. Peel up left. Has the ball go off the chest of Pickering, and now it's taken away by Southeast. Back the other way, 3-on-3. Augustine, a sidestep around the defender, and he'll score. Pretty move by Drake Augustine. 35-21, 5.5 minutes left to go here in the third. Peel will float off to the right-hand side of the Smoky Valley offense. Now he'll challenge Augustine. Flip it out here to Kai Blanchett. He'll go to Cade Blanchett. Those two playing catch over on the right-hand side. Now Carson Peel gets involved. Here comes Kai now on the drive. Gets into the paint. He scores. Acrobatic move by Kai Blanchett. He continues to lead Smoky Valley now with 9.
He's a pretty good player, Devin.
The lone junior in the starting lineup. And now a timeout called by Bryson Flax with 4:58 left to go here in the third. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside. 35-23. Southeast of Saline up by a dozen here on KINA.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Salina Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salinaortho.com. Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
35-23, 4:58 left to go. Really kind of an eventful first 3 minutes here of the second half.
Yeah, it's been pretty up and down the court. Both teams after each other, though. It's the way it ought to be.
That Viking extended 1-3-1 zone still being played here as Southeast of Saline works the ball around. Sawyers on a baseline jump shot. That's silky smooth. Sawyers now has a dozen. 37-23. Biggest lead of the game for Southeast of Saline. That's what really impresses me, and I think really kind of a good sign of a team from the outside looking in is when you can take a couple good shots and take a couple of good runs, but yet you're still leading by your biggest lead. Here's Augustine. He takes one away, gets bumped at the rim, and on the delay call, the official from the outside will send Drake Augustine to the free throw line.
Well, you're right. It was a delayed call. I think the ref was seeing if it was going to go in or not, and then he wouldn't have blown the whistle.
Right.
But he definitely got fouled.
Which is one of those things. I don't think the players, the coaches, I don't have a problem with that. Keep the game moving. But, boy, the fans have a serious problem with it.
Yeah.
We talk a lot about game flow and just keeping the excitement going and things like that, and that's one of those things that they try to do with that call, but people in the stands don't understand that. A couple of free throws there by Drake Augustine. Up and good. Drake now has a half a dozen. Southeast continues to build this lead. Now it's 16, 39-23. We approach the halfway mark of the third quarter. There's Ethan House driving on the baseline. Left one short. Gebhardt will take it off the rim. Now Luke coming up the right-hand sideline. He'll find Sawyers. Sawyers in a soft double-team trap. Made a lob pass cross court. It's going to be taken away by Ethan House. He's all the way down the floor. Misses the layup. Traylor got the rebound for Smoky Valley, and now a block for Daniel Kerr, but they call a foul.
I think they might have called the foul on Augustine. I'm not sure.
That would make more sense. Yep, you are correct. So Drake Augustine gets his second foul. Both teams now committing a foul on each end. Southeast of Saline has 3 team fouls. Smoky Valley with 1. Free throw up and good for Cade Blanchett. Four points for Cade Blanchett as Daniel Kerr will check out. Into the game comes Kason Lilly. Blanchett's second free throw. Got it to go. Blanchett has 3 points at the free throw line so far this evening. He has a total of 5. 39-25. Southeast of Saline has the basketball back now. Drake Augustine. One-handed pass across the half-court stripe to Luke Gebhardt. Now it ends up on the other side of the floor to Kason Lilly. Looking at Eli Sawyers in the high post, Nakari in the low post. Get pass out of the lane to Augustine. Now he goes back left to Lilly. Southeast just looking to crack this zone defense here for Smoky Valley. A distance shot from Kason Lilly won't go. Rebound by Nakari, and a putback attempt that is blocked, and a foul called on Smoky Valley that will send Luke Gebhardt to the free throw line.
I don't think anybody realizes the value of Nakari on all the stuff he does that doesn't have a stats for.
Yeah, how many possessions does he keep alive that ends up being points? I mean, it's crazy to think about. Second free throw attempt here by Gebhardt. Won't go. He split those. And now Smoky Valley has the ball. 5 points for Luke Gebhardt. It's a 15-point lead for Southeast of Saline. Pickering has it. Now he spins back, goes the other way. Autry flips it inside to Griffith, who goes up and scores. It's kind of what we've been talking about, Coach. I think if he was really making his mind up to be a low-post presence, well, he could be.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Augustine tried to drive left lane, bobbled the basketball a little bit, but got it back. And he played it out for safety to Kason Lilly. Now we'll reset the offense.
Getting back to your point, he's a big guy. And
there's a lob pass at the rim. Nakari went up for it, couldn't get it to go, but Sawyers is there to have his back. How many times do we see that out of those two seniors?
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
Doug Schneider chirping at the official. I think he wanted a foul there on Nakari for hanging on the rim momentarily. 42-27. Back up top, here's Autry for 3. That's an air ball to go out of bounds and turned back over to Southeast of Saline. 2:10 left to go now in the third. Augustine across the timeline. Hand checked there momentarily by Autry. He'll come now to the right wing, right in front of the Southeast bench. Now play it back in the middle of the floor to Kason Lilly. Southeast has been able to spread out this zone and find momentary creases, especially with this high-low look with Sawyers around the free throw line. There he is again, lobbed it into Nakari. Nakari kicked it back out to Luke Gebhardt, who comes in and scores. Give the assist to Nakari Morikel-Palmer, and 7 points now to Luke Gebhardt.
That's textbook basketball right there.
Top of Nakari's head was in the net. 90 seconds left to go. Here's Smoky Valley on a sweeping finger roll. That is up and good for Braxton House, his first bucket of the night. 44-29. Southeast of Saline back down the floor. Left elbow jumper for Nakari Morikel-Palmer. No good. Sawyers taps the rebound out, but it's going to be taken away by Justice Autry. Here come the Vikings. 65 seconds left to play here in the third. Autry all the way to the rim. Out to Braxton House. His shot won't go. Can't get 2 in a row. Here comes Nakari Morikel-Palmer now in transition. Long bounce pass leading Kason Lilly to the cup. Kason left it long, but the ball comes rolling out to Eli Sawyers. Sawyers driving in and leaves it off on a little flip to Luke Gebhardt. Boy, Gebhardt moving well without the basketball here tonight. His guys being able to find him.
They're just letting him alone whenever somebody else has got the ball.
39 seconds. Hardest guy to guard is one that's moving around, right?
Right.
That's what Gebhardt's doing tonight. Luke having a good night here. 5 points in the quarter, 9 for the game. 24 seconds left to go. Smoky Valley still looking at a shot here. A roller won't go off the rim for Jerome Autry. Now Sawyers has it. He breaks out with 17 seconds left to go. And a couple of reaching fouls there by Smoky Valley will stop the break. For the Vikings, it will be their third team foul. It will go against Jerome Autry. That is his first. Each team now with 3 team fouls. Caden Isaacson checks in along with Drew Richardson. Jake Gebhardt comes in as well. Nakari Morikel Palmer stays, as well as Kason Lilly. Carson Peel back into the game for Smoky Valley along with Ethan Abel. Isaacson with it. 12 seconds left to play here to the end of the third quarter. Now down to 10. Nakari has it down to 7. Here's Kason Lilly. Lob it back to Richardson. Drew driving baseline inside to Jake Gebhardt. Out. They're going to have to hurry the shot, and he got it to go. Kason Lilly hits a three-pointer at the buzzer. He barely touched the basketball. And Kason now with 6 at the end of 3. 48-29. Southeast of Saline with a big lead as we head to the fourth. You're watching on SalinaPost.com and listening here on KINA. It's presented by Salina Medical Aesthetics.
Citizens State Bank has been serving Kansans for over 100 years. We are a full-service bank that can service your personal, business, and agricultural lending and deposit needs. Citizens State Bank offers 24/7 convenience with mobile deposit, online banking, and our ATM conveniently located in front of the building. Stop by and see our friendly and helpful staff. Citizens State Bank at 600 Maple Street in Gypsum, Kansas. Citizens State Bank and Trust Company is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at SalinaPainClinic.org.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans, from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawnsalina.com.
Back here at Sterling College, a big run there in the third quarter, Coach, for Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, the last 4:58 of the quarter, we went on a 14-6 run, and pretty well we defined the game anyway. Now, it isn't over with, but we defined the game.
20-point lead. All in all, that quarter was 20-9 in favor of Southeast of Saline. Remember, that pairs with a 15-4 run they had to end the first half. Now a 20-point game here by the number 1 ranked team in the state in Class 3A, according to the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association. Smoky Valley starts out with the deficit and the basketball. Carson Peel on the left-hand side. He'll play it now to Kai Blanchett. Blanchett hands it off to Ethan Abel. Switching man-to-man defense right now by the Trojans. It's Caden Isaacson, Kason Lilly, Nakari Morikel Palmer, Drew Richardson, Jake Gebhardt on the floor, and a takeaway here by Kason Lilly. Turnover number 3 in the half for Smoky Valley. Down along the baseline, here's Gebhardt, skip pass to Nakari. Now back to Kason Lilly, who hit that wonderful shot at the end of the quarter. Not sure where Nakari was going with that one as Southeast turns it over. There was nobody home down in the low block area. Now a three-pointer in transition after the Southeast turnover by Smoky Valley is no good. Here comes Nakari back the other way. He'll challenge 2 Vikings and scores. 14 points for Nakari Morikel Palmer. He has tied Eli Sawyers for leading scorer in the game. Is that 6 steps from top of the key to the rim?
It was quick, I know that.
51-29. It's a pass inside to Griffith, and he'll put it up and in. Gus Griffith for Smoky Valley now with a half a dozen. 6:25 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Opening round of game of the Sterling Invitational Tournament. Southeast bringing the defense for Smoky Valley out near the scorer's table. Now a baseline shot by Kason Lilly is good. Kason Lilly has 9. He has 3 3-pointers. Now a 23-point lead for the Trojans. Carson Peel with it in the backcourt. He turns, wants to go the other way, now wanting to go right. Reverse dribble on Gebhardt. He kicks it out to House for a three-pointer, and that's good. Excuse me, that's Ethan Abel. Ethan Abel for Smoky Valley. And they will call a timeout, will the Vikings. 5:45 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Southeast of Saline has a big lead. Smoky Valley with a full timeout. We'll take it as well here on KINA.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Troublesome car repair and everyone has told you it cannot be fixed or it's way too expensive? Try McKim Auto Service in Gypsum, Kansas. They do quick, dependable work and provide the lowest hourly rate in the area. McKim Auto will service your vehicle from front to back and everything in between. They treat you and your car like a friend or even family. McKim Service specializes in engine and transmission rebuild. 701 Maple, Gypsum, Kansas. Wouldn't trust anyone else with my family car. So, if your repair seems grim, remember McKim. Give them a call today to make your appointment.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
5:39 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Devin Haney, Francis Flax back here at Sterling College. It's a 20-point lead for Southeast of Saline. Akari Morikel-Palmer passes through the defense. Gets it to Caden Isaacson off of Caden's fingertips, but he was able to save it. And Southeast continues on here with their offense. Nakari on the drive. The kick out to Lilly. Another three on the way. Rims out, won't go. Underneath, Gebhardt had to put back. Two opportunities won't go. And there's Nakari again. I mean, he is just around the rim doing work here tonight.
If you keep it up there on that rim long enough, he's going to be there to get it.
56-34. Nakari Morikel-Palmer now with 16 points in this game. 4:58 left to play. Here's a deflection by Isaacson. Here comes Nakari. Takes it away on the spin move. Now going to the cup here against a couple of Smoky Valley Vikings, and they're going to call a foul on the floor. Nakari was able to flip it up there at the last minute, try to get free throws out of it, but the official is going to call it on the floor, and it will be in underneath inbounds here for Southeast. The foul on Cade Blanchett. It's his second.
I think he should be at the free throw line.
He will check out here and get a break. Daniel Kerr in for Nakari Morikel-Palmer. Southeast here inbounding underneath their own bucket. Richardson pulls the trigger and ends up with Kason Lilly. All being worked around in the corner now. Richardson lob pass inside to Jake Gebhardt. Jake got himself behind the basket a little too far, couldn't score. Gets the ball back though. His second attempt won't go down. Gus Griffith in there bothering the shot attempts by Jake Gebhardt, and he finally pulls the rebound away. Here comes Smoky Valley, losing the basketball, but they don't lose possession. They end up getting it back after it slipped out a couple of times. There's Pickering now to the rim. He cannot score, but he will go to the free throw line for two.
Well, we got to have those from Jake because that's part of our forte is the bench. He's just having a tough time getting it in there. He's right there at the rim.
Yeah, he is. Sure, Richardson guilty on that last foul. That's his first. Each team has 4 team fouls. Pickering to the free throw line for his first free throw attempts of the night. Got the first one to go down. He has 6. Pickering's second free throw won't go. There's Jake with the rebound. Gebhardt now plays it on the outlet to Daniel Kerr. Pushing our way towards the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. 4:08 left to go here in this one. Southeast leads it by 21. Kason Lilly with it on the left wing. He'll play it back around now near that Sterling College Warrior logo at midcourt. Back over to Jake Gebhardt. Plays it inside to Isaacson. Caden draws the double team out to Richardson for 3. Got it to go. Drew Richardson's been on a little bit of a dry spell here as of late, so it's good to see him splash one home from 3.
Yeah, we got to have it from, like I said, just previous when Jake was having his little problems there. We got to have it from these guys.
Richardson, again, has had some good games here this Sterling tournament. Now a ball that goes out of bounds off of a Viking that's falling down. Southeast will get it back with 3.5 left to go. We'll go a little bit earlier tomorrow at the high school tomorrow for ladies action. Southeast of Saline taking on the host team, Sterling College. That game will tip off, a scheduled tip for 6 o'clock. Here's Caden Isaacson on a runner along the baseline for 2, his first bucket. Caden becomes the 8th Southeast of Saline player to score in this game. Now up to a 26-point advantage for the Trojans. 61-35. Here's another deflection and another steal by Cason Lilly. Cason's going to go coast to coast with this one, but he lost the basketball out of bounds. That'll take the clock down to 3:02 remaining. 61-35. There's a drive to the bucket, a wild shot put up by Justice Autry. That's no good. Southeast of Saline cleans it up. Isaacson with the rebound. And Richardson across the center court stripe. He'll come to Isaacson on the right-hand side. Caden looking in at Jake Gebhardt. Threw a ball that went all the way through the lane. Cason Lilly picks it up for Southeast. Lilly now will play left-hand side to Daniel Kerr. Kerr leaning on defender. Fadeaway jump shot. That won't go. Battle for the rebound will be given to Smoky Valley. We'll go the other way with it. 2:26 left to play. Justice Autry across the timeline. Wanted the high pick and roll there with Pickering. Richardson, though, and Lilly played that one well. Pickering had to give it up to the right-hand side. Jerome Autry now has it. Back to Justice Autry, who will now find Ethan Abel. 3 new Trojans come to the scorer's table. They'll check in at the next whistle. 2 minutes left to play here. Justice Autry, baseline shot won't go. Isaacson, yet another rebound. And now a timeout will be called here by Bryson Flax that will throw the brakes on Caden Isaacson, who was a runaway train for a moment. See Connor Castleman check in. We will also see Kirby Davis, also Britton Leeds into the game. They will join Daniel Kerr and Drew Richardson. 61-35, 149 left to play. Southeast of Saline looking to move on to second round game against the Scott City Beavers on Thursday. Kerr looking down low for Kirby Davis. That's going to be slapped out of bounds. It will stay here with Southeast of Saline. Castleman with a high entry up near the elbow. That one's going to be poked and taken away by Smoky Valley. Left-handed layup won't go down. Britton Leeds comes in, tries to get the rebound away, but he was on the shoulder of Jerome Autry that time, and a rebounding foul will be called against Britton Leeds.
Fouls on Britton Leeds. That's his first personal foul. Southeast Saline's 14th foul.
Autry sets inbounds. He'll find Pickering. Quick trigger 3 for Smoky Valley. That won't go down. And the ball being fought for, squirts out of bounds. It will stay here with Smoky Valley. 1:27 left to go. Justice Autry sets the inbounds, comes into Pickering again for the Vikings. Ethan Abel now has it, guarded by Kirby Davis. Abel with one dribble, dumps it into Pickering, mid-lane. His shot, air ball over the front or over the whole rim, and it's taken in by Leeds for Southeast. 1:09 left to go. Here's Kirby Davis getting inside the lane. Little spin move and a finger roll is good. Kirby Davis on a beautiful move for 2. Gotta like that one.
I like it a lot.
63-35. Little hesitation there out of Kirby, then he put the spin move on. Smoky Valley with it now. 43 seconds left to go. Pickering shoots another 3. Got it to go. Vincent Pickering has 9. Kirby Davis with the ball again here for Southeast. 63-38. Final 30 seconds of this one. Skip pass to Connor Castleman. Castleman drives into the keyhole. Now he steps back, fires it right to Leeds. Now back to Castleman. Now back to Leeds. Has one scored off his left arm out of bounds. Turnover number 5 here in the second half for Southeast of Saline. That's 10 for the game.
That's not bad considering we had 4 of them right in almost in a row in the second quarter.
Yes, sir. 8 seconds left to go here. Smoky Valley trying to score before that final buzzer and round it out here in a positive note. Here's a shot put up at the buzzer, and that won't go. And the Southeast of Saline will roll on to the winner's side of the bracket. 63-38, our final score. When we come back, we'll have a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. We'll also have final numbers for you. It's the post-game report after a Trojan victory. Brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. 63-38, Southeast of Saline wins it. Post-game is next here on KINA.